Name one free agent that wants to go play in Minnesota. Exactly.
Me.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins. I know they can sign me.
So you might as well go into the
Randy
draft.
Moss.
See, y'all talking about the Vikings, man. That's the whole different ball game.
I guess
Go ahead
Minnesota.
and go into the draft. Huh? It's cold. It's cold in Minnesota, like Lil Yachty says. Nobody want to go play
It's
over there.
freezing.
It get cold like Minnesota.
It gets so cold there it doesn't even snow.
This boy hit the record button trying to catch these gems I'm dropping.
Bro, my top four, bro. I had Anthony Edwards.
What's up, Podsters? Welcome back to Pod Ties, episode 19. Getting close to 20. Just one shy of another milestone. To our viewer and listenership who are returning, thank you. And we hope that you're keeping those ties strong out there. And for our first time viewer and listenership, thank you also for joining the ties. And this will be a great episode. I would ask Jeff how his weekend was, but I can tell by his shades. Well, I can tell by his shades what went down. So I know you don't want to disclose that information to the public. So we're gonna move on and get into the topics. Go ahead and pod. This man, he has not changed his face expression. Yeah.
I'm chilling out
Blink
here,
twice.
man. I'm chilling.
Blink twice if you're under distress. I made the rest.
Before we actually pod, let me introduce all four of us, starting with myself. I am 1/4 of Pod Ties, Dylan, and these are my brother / co-hosts, Jeff, aka Cyclops, aka Jeffrey Ray Charles.
I got a new name every week.
You do. Jeffrey Ray Charles right there.
Albert, the original. And last but not least, the one and only Kiren.
Yes, sir.
All right, now we can get into this action. Let's get into some potting. All right. We have a love-hate relationship with this segment. Pick six.
Facts.
It's a roller coaster of emotions. Every week, Kiren and Jeff, you almost made history. No one has ever in the history of Pick Six gotten every game right, predicted every game correctly.
I think I didn't.
No, you didn't. So
like 2 weeks ago.
I got to go back. Let's run the tape. Let's run it. Let's run the tape. Intern, yes, intern. So, as I was saying, Kiren and Jeff, you're a smart man because you decided to follow what Mr. Pick Six was doing. You copied his notes.
Copy my whole flow.
Stole my note.
So both of you had a 5-1 record this past weekend. Albert and I were less fortunate, 3-3. I actually thought that I would get all 6 right, but just what do you say, Jeff, about Melo and Chris Paul and all those guys? It just isn't in the cards.
It's just not in the cards, man.
Just not in the cards. Yep, it's just not in the cards for us. So
you gotta watch the tape. Gotta study the film, man.
Is that why you're wearing shades? Your eyes they hurt from all the tape you watch?
Always. I'm always studying.
Cardinals and Jeff, what game did you lose? Why do you have one loss in the loss column?
Freaking SMU, man. SMU.
Those dang Mustangs.
We could have went 6-0, man. It looked like it was going to happen.
It did. It did. That game came down to the wire. Let's get into the results of the 3 college football games that we predicted. USC versus Arizona. Back and forth game, very close. USC had to come back and win that game. They were down. I think they scored with like a minute and some change to take over the game, and they held on to the lead, and that resulted in them winning 34-30 against Arizona. Slovish had another pretty good game, 13 incompletions, 325 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Gunnell, Arizona's QB, 12 incompletions, 286 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So both QBs had a pretty good game. Nothing that makes you just, wow, the stats are amazing, but pretty good games. But Slovish and that wide receiver core that he has, they balled out at the end when it counts most, and won it. Now going into Northwestern and Purdue, Ramsey, also numbers are not flashy, but he got the job done. He did have 2 turnovers. Purdue, actually, they have a good defense. Their offense just needs a little work, but also O'Connell, he had a nice game. 51 attempts, that's a lot for a QB. In college, not so much, but when you have that many incompletions, it's hard to win a game. But he had only 1 fumble, so not terrible stats. Northwestern, it was also another close game, but Northwestern kind of separated themselves in the second half. They were up 24-13, and then at the end, Purdue did narrow the margin to just a 1-possession game where Northwestern pulled out the victory, and they're undefeated in the Big Ten with Indiana and Ohio State, which that's a matchup coming up this week that we'll get into next episode. Now, number 19 SMU. Oh, man. Who wants to talk about this? I'm upset.
I blame Kiren for this one.
Oh, so you stole my notebook. I just got it back.
See, Kiren, Tulsa, they know that you betted against them, so they had to show you something, man. It's all your fault.
Man,
I blame you too, Kiren. I blame you too, Kiren, because I had a perfect record. I was 2-0, and then that Tulsa game happened, and they won, and then it went downhill from there. My weekend just went sour, so I blame you too.
Pony down.
Pony down.
It was the defense, I guess, on Tulsa's end. I guess they didn't. They scored 21 unanswered in that second half. Oh no, man! SMU was putting up like 526 yards in like previous contests. They come into this one, they only got like 350 something, which is it's still a lot. Well, I guess by like NFL standards, but I guess not in college standards.
Next gen stats. Provided by Mr. Pick Six himself. Okay, Kiren.
Yes, sir.
You can't teach hard. So it seems like at the half, they got a little bit too cocky going at the half, and then, Tulsa came back and outplayed them. This was simply what it was, because it's not like SMU didn't have the weapons to win the game.
Yeah, they definitely have some weapons. Let me pull up the stats really quickly.
Yeah, more than weapons. They have a whole artillery.
Tulsa's quarterback was slinking that thing.
Yeah, he was at the end there. So Mustangs, they have Buechele, who's a pretty good quarterback this year, and he had a great first half. Almost looked like he was unstoppable with the rest of that offense. But in the second half, he disappeared. 18 of 36, 200 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And I'll get into the interception in a second. Now, Bentley, their running back, he leads the conference in rushing. And he had a decent first half. But then, as you guys mentioned, that Tulsa defense showed up in the second half, and they protected their house. And that's why they won. And then you have on the Tulsa side, Smith, great game. Besides the 2 turnovers, the 1 interception and the 1 fumble, he had 325 yards, 3 touchdowns, and only 12 incompletions. And nobody really else on his team showed up. Oh, I'm looking at last week's stats. What the heck? Against Temple. but the stats on the screen are correct. But anyway, they played a great game. Tulsa did. Now, SMU was still in. They still had the lead right at the end of the game, and it was 24-21. They led for the majority of the game. There was about a minute or two left. Tulsa goes down the field with their running back. He had a pretty decent game. And then one of their wide receivers got his first touchdown in his college football career, which then gave Tulsa the lead, and they were up by 4. SMU gets the ball back. Now they have a potential game-winning drive, and Buechele, 1st and 10, turns it over, and that's what led Tulsa to win the game. Now, SMU had a chance. It just wasn't right. It just wasn't meant to be, I guess. And man, that's two games that we've put SMU in like for pick 6, and they're 0 for 2. They lost against Cincy, and we said that there's a reason why Cincy is in that top 10 when it comes to the college football rankings. But we at least thought that they had an advantage over Tulsa because they played twice as many games as Tulsa did. But shouts out to Tulsa. They deserve that win. SMU, you have to finish out the game strong. You have to play even better in the second half than you did in the first. But that's all for college football. Now, NFL. The NFL was even harder than college football. You just never know which team you're going to get. So it's always, you're just fingers crossed that the team that you picked, they actually got some sleep and no one's on the COVID list. There's no injuries. This year, you just never know. Dolphins versus Chargers. Tua Tagovailoa, 15 of 25, 169 yards. And, he's not a guy that's going to get you 300 yards every week, but he gets the job done. He just seems like he's that leader where he has that great energy, high spirit, and it's not affectionate, but
contagious.
Contagious, that's it. Affectionate, contagious, and it just helps the team overall. And they just seem to they look like a different team than when Fitzpatrick was the QB. As a starter, he's 3-0. He hasn't lost a game yet. Xavier Howard, 1 interception, 2 pass deflections. He didn't shut down Keenan Allen, but Keenan Allen didn't have the game that we're used to him having. Justin Herbert, numbers didn't look so great either, but he has heart. He has heart. He tries. 3 total touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, 1 interception. So he does have heart. Albert, do you want to talk about this Steelers and Bengals game?
Yeah, I mean, us 3, we decided to pick the Steelers. I don't know what Dylan was thinking. Thinking that the Steelers were, well, in his defense, Roethlisberger was on the COVID list, but they made the game time decision. I guess it's like, hey, Big Ben can go out there and play, and we weren't surprised with what we seen. You see Big Ben's stats there, 33 yards, 27 for 46. That's not too good, but he also delivered 4 touchdowns for his team. So you can overlook that and be like, okay, we got the dub. But it's the Bengals, Nobody was really expecting them to go and lose to Cincinnati. And even if they did, it would have been like a fluke game. Joe Burrow had not a great game. That Pittsburgh defense came for him. He's a rookie, and Pittsburgh has arguably the best defense in the NFL. And they're like, hey, we don't care if you're the rookie. We don't care if you won a national championship in NCAA last year. This is the big boys league. And you see they got 4 sacks on them. So the Steelers defense was amazing. Props to them. The Bengals, they're just inconsistent every week. Joe Burrow does have heart, but obviously he's young and he still needs that time. Just like Justin Herbert, they're not on great teams, but during this time that they're losing, this is the time for them to get in sync with their offense, and hopefully those guys will come back next year, and the next season when the next season comes around, they can improve and be better than what they were this season. Because I think Cincinnati actually has the next 5 years. I think they have a good future for them.
I agree. And with these records, you get a high draft pick the next year, and who knows? They're both in pretty competitive divisions, so you may not be that first or second place team in your division for a few years, but as you said, that in that time frame of 5 years, that window, maybe that third, fourth, fifth year, that's when you're considered like a playoff contender, a real threat. Now, Ben Roethlisberger, 0 sacks. That O-line, they protected him to play that many snaps that whole game, and the opposing team, their defense, not even get a finger on you. That's really good, especially since they were cautious about bringing him in this week, not only because of the COVID scare, but because of what happened in that previous game against Dallas, where he injured both of his knees. And he's if he's not playing and he's not 100%, then you can kiss any type of Super Bowl appearance goodbye. So the fact that they protected him and he can heal and not, he didn't have to worry about any of the defenders targeting his knees, that's pretty good. And that means that he can have a speedy recovery pretty soon, and still play. And that gives you confidence as a QB. And then the threats that he has, you have Deontay Johnson, Smith-Schuster, Chase Claypool, combined 4 receiving touchdowns. And that's not even including Eric Ebron or James Washington, those guys. I mean, he's just eeny, meeny, miny, mo, whoever he wants to pick. Whoever has the.
Because Ebron was not good with the Colts.
Really? Was he with the Colts or was he with the Titans? Who was he with?
He was with the Colts.
Okay.
And that boy used to drop balls left and right. Boy had butterfingers.
That's true. I mean, he was a respectable tight end, but
I definitely think.
What?
No, because it had like cut out for a second. I said I definitely think the Steelers is a sleeper team this year. Nobody was checking for them to be 8-0. So they definitely was like they came out with something to prove.
You said all that during the time that you were frozen? You were only frozen for like 1 second.
I like that.
Right? I mean, no one expected them to be 8-0, but we expected them to, have a good record.
Yeah,
it's not that much of a surprise.
Yeah, a good record. Rams Seahawks last game to close out pick 6. Who wants to talk about this one? Albert, I feel like you should again because you're man. This is your king. He has been dethroned.
That text. Is this your king?
He has been dethroned. There's a new kingdom.
I don't know why he keep rushing his passes on 3rd and 4th down. I don't understand that. He's
running for his life, man.
Exactly. Like the offense isn't really, the O-line isn't really protecting him like they need to be. I'm just disappointed. Russ definitely has most of the blame for this. The last 2 games has just not been great for them. Well, the last 3 games actually for Russ. So it's like he's going downhill when he has such a great start to the season, and they're getting exposed. 2 interceptions, 6 sacks. That's just like it just makes me mad thinking about it. Like watching the games, like oh my gosh.
If he didn't have 10 turnovers in the last 4 games, then he wouldn't be getting blamed.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's the quarterback. He's getting blamed regardless if you lose.
No, but
especially with that hot start.
If he had 0 turnovers or like 2 or 3 turnovers in the last 4 games and 6 sacks on there, he wouldn't be getting blamed.
So do you think the 6 sacks is the offensive line, or you think that he's holding the ball, doing a little bit too much, like he's doing extra? What do you think it is?
I think it's a combination of both. He definitely can release the ball much faster, but the receivers got to get open. It has to be that that coordination, that sync between quarterback and receiver and the tight ends. But the O-line definitely has some of the blame to share with this too, because you got to protect your quarterback. That's what you're solely there for. Everything you do, everything you eat, everything you work out is literally to protect your quarterback, to get that offense going. So you can't get this offense going and expect to win when your quarterback's getting hit every couple plays.
Also, shouldn't force it to a receiver. Also, he's been doing that too.
That's true.
Yep.
How many of those sacks were from Aaron Donald?
0.
Really? What?
Oh, look at you.
0. Now he pressured him.
He about to have an aha moment.
Yeah. No, he thought I was gonna say all 6.
Nah.
A 6-pack of sacks.
But where I was trying to go with it, I feel like people forget that the Rams defense is solid, especially their pass rush. So
that's true.
Don't get me wrong. Even though his name is not on the stat sheet, and he has a goose egg in the sack column. That doesn't mean he wasn't effective in the game. I'm sure that offensive line, they had to double team him, which gives one of Donald's teammates an open gap, an opportunity to get to Russell Wilson. So I'm sure all the attention is towards Aaron Donald, and that frees up other defensive linemen in that front line.
Like you said last week, Dylan, you said that they were going to get to Russ, and what's his name? Jalen Ramsey is going to be right there chopping his gums or licking his fingers or something.
Chopping his gums. That's it right there. Yep.
That man said licking the fingers.
Licking his chop.
I can't remember what he said.
It's licking his chop.
Chopping his gum.
Licking. The boy gonna be eating that radish on that hot dog. To another game. This is a team that the Seahawks will play. Seahawks, their schedule is tough, and I said this last episode. If Russell Wilson wants to get that one MVP vote, his first one in his career, he will have to play great against all these really good teams, and he's having a rematch against the Arizona Cardinals, his NFC West foe, another one. And it's not gonna get any easier. Bills versus Cardinals. Y'all watched this game, or did y'all at least see the ending of it? It was one of the best finishes of the season.
I was there, front row seats.
What?
This man.
We're in Arizona.
I mean, it was a great catch. I mean,
crazy.
Josh Allen looked great. He's still up there as an MVP candidate. I had a great game. Almost won it. That throw to Stephon Diggs in the end zone. Stephon Diggs was like, "This is why you pay me. This is why I wanted out of Minnesota, because they didn't see the value in me that the Buffalo Bills are seeing right now." So it was great to see them almost win it, but the Cardinals pulled it off. Kyler Murray somehow got out of the pocket. It was collapsing. Drifted towards the sideline, threw like a 50-yard bomb to DeAndre Hopkins. You can't see all 3 defenders right all around D-Hop, but there were 3. And this man, jump man, them boys up to something.
Oh, just got over
that. Got over all 3 of them to catch the game-winning touchdown. And let me say this: I haven't said this since we've started this legendary podcast, Pod Ties. But Murray and D-Hop, they are the best QB wide receiver duo in the NFL.
This man switches every week.
He did. Got like 3.
I mean, we knew that this team would be a lot better than they were last year, when Bill O'Brien decided to trade one of the best wide receivers to ever put on cleats.
That made no sense.
That no
We knew
sense
they
at
would be
all.
good, but did you think that they would be in a three-way tie with two great Super Bowl winning and Super Bowl runner-up teams in the NFC West? Did you think that they would be right there with them?
I did.
With the addition of D Hop, yeah, it's
Okay,
not surprising.
it surprised me. It definitely surprised me. I'll admit it. So as I said, like with the Seahawks, it's not going to get any easier because you're going up against another great team, especially in that secondary. Patrick Peterson he picked off Josh Allen in that game, and he's still one of the best cornerbacks in the game. And Buda Baker, one of the highest paid safeties in the game, and also gets turnovers.
That
Russell
man's
Wilson,
cold.
if you're throwing lobs like you've been doing, where the hang time is 12 to 20 seconds, where it looks like it's a punt, you're gonna get a couple more turnovers in this game, and Kyler Murray is gonna continue to leap into the end zone, and they're gonna win again. And Seahawks, if they lose this game, they may just miss the playoffs. I think all three teams will actually make it to the playoffs, but if you continue to lose, you can see them not even make it. That's hard to imagine, but it's possible. Anything else?
Jordan Brand gonna have something to talk about in them advertisement meetings as well. Look at them gloves around them. You got Nike.
Exactly.
There you go, right there.
Adidas, and then you have Jordan.
Yeah, they said.
You got Nike right there with them too.
Yes, sir. Oh man.
Yeah, it's funny how it just seems like it's staged. Like the Jordan is the highest, Nike is a little bit below, and Adidas is like all the way down there, like just barely making the photo. But yeah, as you said, like I think to get this type of exposure, it will cost the company like $5.5 million, and they didn't have to spend any of that money just because D Hop caught this ball, the game-winning touchdown in a very close competitive game. And I think something else about like $2 million worth of sales, or the gloves are like worth $2 million now, or something like that, in the Jordan brand. So their sales are definitely going through the roof now because of just of this one play alone.
This shirt gonna be on. This shirt gonna be at H&M, Zoomies,
bro.
everywhere.
It's gonna be everywhere. And I'm gonna have
watching this live, man. Like I couldn't even believe it, man.
I couldn't believe it. And one of the Cardinals players, one of their big men, he was like this on the sideline, like, "What did I just witness?" And Kyler Murray got turned around. He couldn't even see it live. He was watching it on TV with the rest of us. He was looking at the video board in the stadium, and it was like watching it. It was like I don't know. It was amazing. Like his confidence is like he's just one of the best. And I guess he knows it. I mean, when you're overall number one pick in the NFL, you're going to have that confidence. But to throw that ball against the Bills, and the Bills secondary, they're not as good as we thought they would be. But the fact that I guess you have to take that risk anyway. And who else would you want to throw it to other than D-Hop? But I mean, it's mind blowing. So that was a great game. Probably the best game of the weekend.
You know what?
Kyler Murray for MVP.
Anyway,
I'm with you, Jeff.
why is it when we play football, like recreational football, we play with those boo-boo balls, but they play with the high-grade stuff?
Who's we?
You know, we always play with those like more of a like a browner ball. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It
Yeah, I know
never
what
looks
you're
like
talking
the actual.
It's like
It
right
never looks like the actual game ball. It always look like a little browner. It's light. It's like I don't understand that. That was a random thought.
Interesting. So Jordan brand value from DeAndre Hopkins glove so far on TV, online news, and social is $2,234,852 according to Apex Marketing.
That's crazy.
I don't know what the hell that means, but that sounds like cha-ching.
For real.
Just
Have I
like
ever
cash.
threw a Hail Mary on Madden before?
Yes, and it never works.
How many times do
Exactly.
Never works.
it don't, dude? I don't understand.
You had like 20 defenders there.
Oh, that's what happens every time. You know, when they get the interception and the camera turns around,
Yep.
it freezes.
Yep.
That's exactly what happens every time. I'm like, God dang.
I throw it and then I walk away from the TV.
All I'm gonna say is, Jordan, if you want 3 million sales, go ahead and sponsor me because this 100-yard dash coming up, and that's just gonna be me. I'm like, jump man.
That's how you run over with your fist.
He run strong.
Heck yeah, that was breaking the wind. Are you gonna trade him for Lamar?
Nope. I have the number one QB, the MVP of the league.
Oh yeah, Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. Yes, sir.
Dang.
Albert, who's the MVP? You better not say Russell Wilson, or I swear to God.
All right.
Hey, if Russell keeps playing the way he's playing and Kyler keeps playing the way he's playing, he's taking that spot.
Nah,
He already took it. There is no taking.
Wilson.
There's no
Yeah,
future
but see,
tense.
Albert, it's not getting through Albert's head.
This man said Wilson Russell.
What?
Wilson Russell.
You gotta come out like Stephon.
He got a mustache.
Stephon or Cal.
Let's get to the music, man. Something positive.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Jeff.
Go ahead, Ray Charles.
That's Stevie Wonder.
No, they both do it.
Yeah, they do.
They do. I'll just play.
Oh man. Hey, but check this out, man.
Boy, Jamie Foxx playing Ray Charles.
Yeah.
Oh, you look just like Ray Charles, and you were like this.
I was just saying that.
Bro, you look just like him. Oh my God.
Gotta put the comparison.
That is your granddaddy. I gotta get out of this real quick.
Hey man, he's my granddaddy. I need to check, man.
This man look just like Jamie Foxx's Ray Charles.
Like Electro. All right.
Boy, Static Shock your head, boy.
Do you want to talk about this album first, or you want to get into Cash Money AP, his album?
We can get into both, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Oh,
Let's get it.
Hey, so check this out. So we got Pluto and Baby Pluto, which is cool because Baby Pluto, no one even calls Little Uzi that, but he had a song in his last album called Baby Pluto, but we'll let it slide, you know. So this album, it was like no type of introduction, no like trailer. There was like nothing. They just like dropped
No promotion,
it. Yeah, nothing, no promotion. I was trying to think of that word, but I couldn't get it out.
I got you, bro.
I was just on Apple Music randomly, and I just see this Pluto and Baby Pluto, and I sent it to y'all in the group chat, and instantly listened to it. I have to say, this album is fire.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
I agree.
Facts.
Ain't that right, Albert?
Fire flames. Bringing the fire on the screen.
I think
Here we go.
I think he's frozen again.
no, I ain't frozen.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts then?
I gotta
it's
listen to it
too much Pluto.
Initially, there was a couple songs that I liked, but I'm not a big Louis Vert fan. So, but there was a couple songs that I did like. This is one of the better albums for sure, and especially out of the list we had. Yeah, it's at the top.
But when they usually drop songs together, they're usually fire.
How many songs have Future and Uzi dropped together?
It's been a lot.
Really? I can't remember too many collab tracks.
Me either.
Mm-hmm. It's been a lot.
You remember 7 Million?
That was on one of his Uzi's
It was
first
Uzi
projects.
mixtapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Over Your Head. I think that just dropped not too long ago.
Yeah, but they weren't songs like where the streets were like, we need these two together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Just like this album, they just drop them out of nowhere.
Thugger and Future, that kind of made sense. But this makes sense too. But then again, like Uzi, the way he raps and the way Future raps, there's no correlation between the two really.
It worked today.
It did. I'm with you. It was a great album. I like Marnie on Me. What other ones I like?
I like the flow on Lullaby by Uzi.
I did not like Lullaby.
You didn't like that song?
How'd you not like that, bro?
That song is so a vibe, bro. You have the sunroof down, bro. That song.
Yeah, birds start pooping on you. That song was poo poo.
Oh, you tripping?
I didn't like it. Well, what other tracks did y'all like on this project?
See, I downloaded like pretty much the whole thing except like
drinking and smoking. We don't.
Plastic wasn't bad.
Plastic.
Yeah.
What else?
The whole album was a bop.
It was.
I mean, literally, like every song I liked, like
Rockstar Chains. It was just Future alone.
Yeah.
Real Baby Pluto.
Marnie on Me. Stripes like
Marnie on Me
Blueberry.
Was. Yeah, those first
drinking and smoking.
Those first couple tracks are great.
Yeah.
It was dope song.
And the fact that no type of promotion, they just came out and said, "Here you go." Like
enjoy. Yeah.
Basically, it's your friend Dostep.
Early Christmas present.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but if they really would have promoted that, a lot of people would have had the same thing what Dylan said. They wouldn't really seen a correlation of like how those two go together for an entire album. So I think this was a better way for them to get their music out.
So you think if they promoted it heavily, it probably wouldn't. There would be compared to this shock value where you go on whatever streaming service that you have. When you see that, then like you're like, oh crap, like I gotta listen to this like immediately because it's like those two together. I would have never imagined.
Yeah, I want to say if it was promoted, I probably wouldn't have looked forward to it. Not even gonna lie.
Really?
when it gets here, it's like okay, cool. Like let's take it out, but like just like it being a surprise, it's like whoa, like I didn't expect this. Let me look.
When you sent it in the group chat, I was like, "What? You lying?" I went to go click on it instantly.
Is that how you reacted?
I know you saw it play.
Is that how you reacted when you saw the cover art? Let me go check it out.
Nah, man, I had a meeting. Let's go. Took a screenshot, and because I'm a big little Uzi fan.
He woke up his neighbors.
You're a big Little Uzi fan?
Yeah.
Are you a little Uzi fan?
Nah. Big Lil Uzi.
Before we move on to our next topic, let's stick with what I was about to say. Stick with sports. Let's stick with music and go back to Future. Obviously, Future has heavily influenced the rap game. He kind of started off making projects with people that he looked up to, and now he's making projects with people that look up to him and see him as kind of like that guy that has started, I want to say like a subgenre in hip hop. So he has a lot of collab projects. So I wanted you all to rank them really quickly. Which ones are your favorites?
Mine's is actually in order right now from right to left.
Really?
You smoking?
You have What a Time to Be Alive all the way down there on your list?
Well, it could be interchangeable, but yeah.
Wow.
That's Baby Pluto first. Juice WRLD, I like that one because it was different. You know, I'm a big Juice WRLD fan. The one with Young Thug, what's it called? Slime something? I can't remember. Whatever. That was kind of predictable.
Super slimy.
Yeah, that's kind of expected from, Young Thug and what's his name? Future. So, it had a couple bops on there, but, like I said, it's as expected. So that and What a Time to Be Alive can be interchangeable. But Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just switch it out. We're gonna put What a Time to Be Alive just because that Jumpman on there and Big Rings, Bangers, and then we'll put Super Slimy last.
Well, just judging from the four that you gave us earlier, I had Super Slimy last. I did not like that album, man. It was trash. At 3, I had World on Drugs. I actually like that album. The second,
So why
I had
only 3?
because the other ones were better.
Duh.
2, I have Pluto and Baby Pluto, and then 1, I have What a Time to Be Alive.
That's my list. Actually, no, that's not my list. The last one was actually the World on Drugs. I didn't like it at all. Didn't like the.
Do you like Juice WRLD?
I do like Juice WRLD, not the craziest fan, or I'll say that I know his projects front and back, but I do respect him as an artist. But I didn't like those two together. I just didn't think that they meshed well.
Something different,
Yeah,
man.
it was
Open your mind,
different.
Dylan.
I don't think that Future meshes well with any artist when it comes to a collab project.
Facts.
I don't know why. I don't know why he does it.
I just base it on like the songs that like I have like it's like on my phone kind of. But yeah, Super Slimy, I barely have any songs from that album on my phone.
Yeah, so I have World on Drugs last. I have Super Slimy at number 3. Because as you guys said, that one seems like the perfect marriage. 2 of the best ATL rappers in their era. They both kind of came up together. Future first, but Young Thug not far behind. But it was disappointing. I didn't like it. I put Pluto and Baby Pluto at number 2 just because it's new, and I can't let it eclipse this other project, the What a Time to Be Alive, because that one was surprising, just like Baby and Pluto and Baby Pluto. There were whispers, and you saw like track lists and stuff, but you didn't know how real they were, and actually they weren't real because none of those songs on that leaked paper that they had that was going circulating online, it wasn't real at all. But I mean, when you have songs like Big Rings, Diamonds, Dancing, Jumpman, songs that are like Jumpman is definitely a classic. Big Rings is a classic. Like you hear that at any sporting event that you go to. So like that was a classic, but at the same time it was disappointing because you would think that those two, they at that time they were the hottest rap artists in the game, and they didn't deliver like a Watch the Throne.
Watch the Throne.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because and I think the reason why is because of the production. I love Metro Boomin, like who I think it was him and somebody else that collabed on that project as far as producing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was them. I don't think it was their fault. I think it was more of Drake and Future. And usually they put out great songs together, but they had some classic. Yeah, Life is Good was great. And they had some classic
album, just like 10 Life is Good. Like
facts.
Yeah, exactly. But on the What a Time to Be Alive, it seemed like each track was 2 songs in one. Like Drake was talking about trying to get his girl back, and Future was talking about driving convertibles and selling dope, and it was like, how did these two go together? Like it's hard to bring both of their worlds together. It didn't make sense. But I do have it at number 1, I guess, because I'm biased because I'm OVO Dylan.
I got What a Time to Be Alive. It's number 1.
That's a surprise, Albert. That's a surprise.
I was surprised.
But he hates Young Thug. He doesn't like Lil Uzi Vert, and he probably don't know who Juice WRLD is.
Actually, I got Juice WRLD as that one with number 2.
Because he doesn't know who he is, so he's like, I haven't listened to him. So
Juice WRLD is a dope artist, man.
Juice WRLD is dope, actually.
Okay.
I was listening to, I forgot what song there was the other day, but it was so sad.
China.
You know what I'm saying? He was talking about pills or whatever. I was like, if you keep taking pills, you won't live. But yeah,
it's a couple of his.
Fair enough.
That's basically
that's kind of been a trend. It's like everything these rappers are talking about and ends up happening. It's like you're predicting the future, speaking into existence.
for my 3, 4, and 5, I got ellipses because they're not that good. So
They weren't good. Yeah. But I was curious when this project dropped because Future, he's probably dropped the most collab projects. Him and Gucci, like,
Thanks.
and Thug. Like, I still can't understand the Young Thug and Chris Brown project. What was that? Who asked for that? You liked it, Jeff?
Kiren.
Kiren asked for it.
it was on their website.
They had a couple bangers on there, but no, nobody was checking for them.
Texting them, you know, they got those numbers. He was texting them.
Honestly, I never even listened to it.
Yeah,
I didn't even give it. I didn't even give it a chance.
But you listen to Kodak.
Yes.
Soldier Boy.
Yes, Kiren.
You are tweaking.
Kiren, so you trying to tell me you was really entertained by that album, Chris Brown and Slimy?
I will listen to it
Slime
over
and beef.
Kodak Black 1,000 times.
2020 NBA mock draft. By the time you watch this, the draft will be happening Wednesday night. I think at 7 Central, maybe 6 Central. Let me confirm that really quickly.
Hey, while we're on the subject of the NBA, obviously, like, the season's right around the corner. Do y'all foresee any more trades coming through
Yes, sir.
before the season starts?
Yes. They talk about, I think Giannis, I wanted him to go to Golden State, but he's going to go to Miami.
I like him either way. Golden State or Miami. Preferably Golden State.
Yeah, but he's not going to go to the West with LeBron.
Everybody moving out east now.
Exactly.
Because of that man, the king, and the brow. So yeah, the draft is Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, ESPN. So make sure you don't miss that because they still don't know. The T-Wolves still don't know if they're going to keep the pick, and if they do, which player they're going to select. So it may come down to, I'm sure Woj will probably leak it 2 minutes before it happens, but still, that's pretty good nowadays. Like, we usually know like 3 days in advance who will get picked number 1. But with all that said, this is the draft order, and we're gonna role play. Each one of us will be a GM for all 14 of these teams, and we had a little raffle, and drew some names, and Albert, he got assigned to the number 1 overall pick, so he's the T-Wolves GM. Jeff, you're the Warriors GM, so you're Bob Myers. So you get that number 2 pick. Number 3 is Kiren. He's Michael Jordan, and we'll see who he picks. And I'm number 4 with the Bulls. Then number 5 is Albert, and so we'll continue to go in order until number 14. I'll end the lottery draft. But this is a mock draft, so we'll see who we pick. Is going to be based on team needs, who's the best fit with the roster that is already intact for each of those franchises, and so this will be interesting.
If I was Michael Jordan, I would select some smaller suits.
He still be wearing big suits?
Yes, man.
Every time I see him, he's wearing like a t-shirt or something. Like,
Does it matter? Does it matter? That man could wear a whole bunch of $100 bills each day and throw them away and put on a whole new set and still be a billionaire. It doesn't matter. So that man can wear bell bottoms and bloomers and all type of stuff if he wants to. He's a billionaire. So I have the Mavericks aren't in this because we're actually a good team and we're not in the lottery anymore. But I do have Dirk with me. Dirk, he's in the war room with me. and Mark Cuban, he's in the war room with me as well. So they're gonna help me select my picks. So T-Wolves are on the clock. GM Albert.
Dun-dun-dun.
All right. This is a hard pick for me. Good luck to you guys in the draft. But I'm picking the best players. Uh,
Okay.
I've been looking forward to this all day. But the number one pick in the 2020 draft, the Timberwolves select Anthony Edwards.
Oh,
Now, here's why. When we look at this year's draft, there isn't a bona fide superstar. There isn't anybody
Mhm.
that's just like,
Hello, ball.
are you on the clock or am I?
I mean, he sort of is now since you made your selection, but yeah. Be quiet,
Oh, okay.
Jeff.
But yeah, like there isn't a bona fide superstar like compared to the past drafts. So the top three teams are looking for their best fit instead of the best player that's in the draft. So the best fit for this team is Anthony Edwards. He's 6'5", 225 pounds, a little bit heavy for a shooting guard. So he's going to drop that weight once he gets in training camp and the little training camp that there is going to be, but by the mid-season, he's going to be down to that 195 to 215 range. He's playing with D'Angelo Russell and Cat. They're two best players, so he's going to be a great compliment for them. So that's my pick.
So you don't think D'Lo and a LaMelo Ball can play well together, or a James Wiseman and Cat, because they're obviously like the number 3 best prospects coming out of college
Nah,
and internationally.
I wouldn't put. I wouldn't want James Wiseman on that team with Cat. I think it sort of limits them versus this Anthony Edwards with them.
Okay. All right. Well, Anthony Edwards is off the board. The Golden State Warriors are on the clock. Will this draft pick take them back to the finals and give them a chance to lift that Larry O'Brien trophy?
With the second pick of the NBA 2020 draft, the Golden State Warriors will be picking James Wiseman.
What? That I cannot believe you picked him.
I'm surprised too.
I really thought that you would have picked LaMelo. Wow.
Okay.
I like LaMelo with the Timberwolves. That's
Why is
how I
that?
want to go. Man,
Before
like I
you
don't know.
explain
Like I just feel like him with D'Lo and Karl Anthony Towns. I just feel like
Who's going to play the two?
it'll be D'Lo.
No,
LaMelo's playing the two.
Yes,
no.
D'Lo's
LaMelo's
playing the two. Bro, the way that LaMelo can create, bro.
I agree
Dog.
with you.
Versus, yeah, but you're forgetting who he's playing. He's playing the top point guards in the league. He's not playing like there's better point guards in the league versus there are better shooting guards. So do you really want Kyrie guarding this man? Do you really want Steph guarding this man? Like,
Well, he is like 6'7".
Because
Exactly.
he's point doesn't mean the guard, like another point has to match up against him.
That's true, but
They're most likely going to match up against D'Angelo because he does have better
Resume.
offensive skills, like he's a better scorer than LaMelo.
As
Right
far as
now.
we know.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, because
Yeah, but I think-
I don't honestly. I don't see LaMelo going to the league. I don't think he's going to be like an instant star. Like he's not going to just come and, break records or anything like that.
he's
It's
pretty
going to take him a
tall
little
for a point
time.
guard too.
He is.
Bro,
He'll get to the basket. He'll drive to the basket, but I don't think he'll
he's skinny.
ever
He's
pick up.
skinny.
I don't think he'll ever be able to shoot. But I mean, Jason
What?
Kidd, they said that about him too. The man can't
LaMelo
shoot.
He can't shoot. What?
No, not against NBA defenders. He will not be able to shoot with the NBA and that the 3-point line being back. He's not used to that.
All right, Dylan, keep that same energy.
I will.
This man 6'7", 190, bro.
Yeah,
He's skinny.
he's small. He's small. He needs. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like he's gonna have an immediate impact. He's gonna need to bulk up a bit, so it's gonna take a little time. But
I mean, if he's able to use his body like KD, he'll be fine. But he's no KD when
I
when
like
it
how you
comes to
trying to
like
talk
shooting.
about LaMelo Ball when Jeff
He's not
picked.
even. He's still on the board, and we're talking about the T Wolves. Yeah. So why'd you pick James Wiseman with the Warriors?
So obviously, I'm a Warriors fan, so I've been watching them for a while, and it's always we never have a big man, a solid
Sir.
big man.
It's facts.
So
Estes Azili.
that's
So
He was
we
cold.
have not have a. He's he was good in 2K. I'll give you that. Had a couple, not a couple good dunks, but
Yeah.
but in real life, no, not really. I'll take Bogut every day. But anyways, so I feel like James Wiseman, bring him in, give that bona fide center in there, and then we can kind of work on the bench from there. But I feel like that'll be a good pickup for the Warriors. Surrounding him by shooters who'll get some rebounds, kick it out. Steph Curry always running around the world. You know what I'm saying? Klay Thompson. It's gonna be that's a good pickup.
You
Warriors.
still got
Let's go.
Wiggins on the wing. I like it. Pascal coming off the bench. Pascal is like a better Draymond Green when it comes to shooting. Draymond's a better facilitator and team leader, but I like Pascal.
We in there.
All right. So interesting. We'll see if that actually happens in real life. Now, the Charlotte Hornets are on the clock with the third pick.
With the third pick of the 2020 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select. I don't even know his name. Onyeka Okongwu.
oh, what? No. Dick.
Yes, sir.
First of all, this man sounded like Michael Jordan. And wow, what a shocker.
Yes,
Wow.
It is.
I picked it because based on the need, man. The need of the Hornets. I think they're looking for like a wing scorer, like a rim protecting big man at this point in time. And with that being said, they should select him. I think he'll be an immediate impact on defense and just like an interchangeable, big man.
Like it.
So.
LaMelo
like it.
Ball's high school teammate, 19.2 points, or 19 points as a freshman at USC, 10.2 rebounds. So he's a double-double machine, big body, 6'9", 245 pounds. I like it. I'm with it. Then if you miss out on LaMelo Ball in real life, like let's say in real life, one of those first two teams pick LaMelo, they said that will probably motivate them to actually trade for a Russell Westbrook. So yeah, Russell Westbrook at the point, Devontae Graham at the two, Miles Bridges, and the guy from North Carolina, I can't think of his name right now. And then you have Onyeka Okongwu as the five. I like it. I like it a lot.
Solid team.
What's that man's
So
name?
if they pick up Onyeku or Onyeka, whatever.
Mhm.
So that pick. Charlotte will go get Russ.
Yeah, if they don't get LaMelo in the draft, they're saying that'll motivate them to trade for Russell
But
Westbrook.
does Charlotte really need Melo though? They have Terry Rozier.
They do. But would you rather have Melo or Rozier? PJ Washington, that's his name.
Oh yeah, power forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Melo has a higher ceiling potentially, but I guess.
Would you rather have Terry Rozier, Scary Terry, or Russ?
This pick shocked me. First of all,
Scary
you took
Terry.
the pick higher.
You rather have Terry?
I would be.
Yeah, I feel like you can do more with Terry Rozier versus Russ. Like we saw what Russ did when he was with OKC. I mean, he was a triple double machine, but he didn't go anywhere when he was by himself.
And Graham is their primary ball handler. He's like the best player on that team. So if you do bring on a Russell Westbrook, who his usage rate is like 99.9%, where he's always has the ball in his possession, that may stunt any type of growth that Graham has.
Exactly.
But yeah, interesting. So Chicago Bulls are now on the clock with the fourth pick. Let's see.
That boy
All
Alba
right.
listening hard.
With the 4th pick in the 2020 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select Obi Toppin from Dayton.
Oh, what is wrong
Come
with
on, bro. Come on, bro.
Yes, sir. 6'9", 220. He was a sophomore. He's one of the oldest
God damn.
coming out of the draft. 22 years old, so he's NBA ready.
Ooh, that's
NBA ready. You put him with Levine, McCarkinen, Carter Jr. as the 5, White out of UNC. There's going to be his 2nd year. That's a great starting 5. They can make the playoffs. I love it.
That's tough.
Okay, Dylan, you messed up though.
Why?
First of all, I was gonna have OP, but y'all copied mine. So
How are we going to copy you? We can't read your mind.
I got something better.
Bro. I wanted Opie with the Hawks.
You weren't getting him before.
Don't worry. The Hawks, they're going to get Gordon Hayward. I don't understand that. They said they want to trade for him, a sign and trade. That's stupid.
That's
They
crazy.
tripping. They tripping.
Oh, next episode we'll get into NBA free agency. We're gonna predict. We're gonna have like a list of 10 NBA free agents, and we're gonna predict where they'll land or where we think they'll land.
But what do you feel about, because Obi is the only reason I thought he wasn't gonna be around was I thought you was gonna get my next pick that I got to pick now. But I was gonna pick Obi. But the only thing I didn't like about him was, he's 22 years old. Everybody else is 18, 19 years old. So that's pretty old for a draft pick.
It is, but you want to wait 2 or 3 years for a rookie to develop, or do you want a 22-year-old who's played 2 years in college and his body's NBA ready and he has NBA skills already?
That's true.
And athletic as hell.
All right, well, the Cleveland Cavaliers are on the clock. Will they pick the next LeBron James?
The number 5 pick. Yeah, 2020 NBA draft. The Cleveland Cavaliers select Denny Avdija. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
from Israel.
Yes.
I like that.
I like it.
Obi, but I thought Denny was gonna be gone, so I was like, "Don't do it, Dylan," and you didn't do it.
It was a toss up because I've heard great things about Denny Abdia. They're saying he's a great international talent, and it would be great in real life to see Obi Toppin get selected by Cleveland since he played at Dayton and he can stay in that state of Ohio. That would be great, but I just like Obi Toppin better just because of the tape. There's more tape,
Yeah, that's true.
more scouting reports on him. There's always hit and miss with any prospect, but when it comes to an international player, you're taking even more of a risk. But I'm glad the Mavericks did. Luka.
Boy, Cole.
Yeah, he definitely has to work on his free throws and his offensive rebounds, though. But
This Denny.
Yeah, with Denny, yeah, he definitely has to work on those things. But he definitely has some. He looks good. Hopefully, he's not bounded down by injury problems, and he's allowed to progress and get better. So,
I like it. All right. A-Town, the Atlanta Hawks are on the clock with the 6th pick in the 2020 NBA draft.
A-Town down.
Who will you and 2 Chainz pick?
So the 6th pick
Y'all making me
of the
nervous.
NBA draft 2020, the Hawks are going to select Aaron Naismith.
What? What?
that's high.
That's a good pick. I mean, that's a good pick. It's high, but
That's a good pick.
you
I had
shocked
that
me.
man at 14.
Yeah, exactly. That's too high.
Why?
You
Explain yourself, sir.
YouTube
GM.
comments.
I just feel like, see, what?
I said YouTube comments.
Dang.
Nah, bro, not at all. So the Atlanta Hawks shooters gonna shoot, man. You got Trae Young running point. Just get him some more shooters because he also creates. So you're not going to just have him just taking all the shots. Kick it out to my boy Naismith here. Let him knock him down.
He was a great.
Him as a what? What are you putting him as? He's a small
We'll
forward.
we'll find a place for him.
Yeah, he's a 3.
Yeah, but he's a small 3. He's 6'6".
Yeah,
Dang.
but he's a great 3-point shooter.
For where's he going? Where's
Number 6 with
the
the Atlanta Hawks.
the Hawks?
But they have a 3. Are you putting him on the bench, or are you already like getting rid of him?
He can be on the bench too. Either one of them could be on the bench, honestly.
True.
Shooters gonna shoot, bro. Just get Trae Young more shooters.
Because they have
That's how I
DeAndre
think about
Hunter from Virginia. He was great, or he's playing pretty well so far. But you have Trae Young, Kevin Hoyter, and Aaron Naismith on the wings. Woo! I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
But like, Aaron's not even the top. He's like the 5th best small forward out of this class.
So we're talking about a
It's
good pick for
debatable.
Atlanta, though.
No, that's true.
They're all interchangeable, really.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
they are. But like I said, shooters gonna shoot. That's how I just went with him. Are they really gonna do it? Probably not. But
They
I'm
won't.
just saying for my what I would see being a good fit for Atlanta.
Okay, interesting. All right. They used to be bad boys. Detroit Pistons are on the clock.
Now they're just bad.
Hey man, not too much. Not too much on my squad. All right, with the 7th pick of the 2020 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh!
Kiren, man, I'm gonna kick your ass, bro.
Iowa State. They're comparing this man to Lonzo Ball. Why'd you pick him?
I think he will fit in perfectly with D Rose. He can shoot. He's a spot up shooter and he's a good passer. So D Rose on the constant attack. He's gonna look out at the 3, kick it out there, and then Halliburton, wet water.
You know D Rose is gonna play like 20 games with Detroit, and they're gonna buy him out or trade him.
I mean, they were saying too that they were looking at him to be, I guess, their starter too, if that were to even happen. But I don't know.
Okay, I like it. He's definitely a risk because of that unorthodox shooting form, but he was a heck of a scorer in college in the Big 12. 14.9 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 6.3 assists. So he's a great facilitator as well. 6'5", so he's another big point guard, 175 pounds. Okay,
He can shoot.
interesting. All right.
Nobody still ain't picked up LaMelo.
So yeah, so this is the time where on ESPN they show LaMelo like this
Mm-hmm.
in the green room.
I thought he was gonna be gone, bro.
Me too. I thought he was gonna be number 2 with Jeff.
I don't have no
For
room
real.
for the kid.
Oh man, this is getting hard now. I'm over here sweating.
Me.
All right, I'm gonna go with the 8th pick in the 2020 NBA draft. James Dolan, Leon Rose, Spike Lee, and the New York Knicks select Killian Hayes, international player from France.
Killian. Yeah,
They do just like they did for Zingas.
And that's exactly, they picked Porzingis, they picked Frank Ntilikina, they picked all these international players, and it hasn't worked out. But a lot of people are saying, just like with these two guys, that Killian Hayes can be the number 1 pick in the draft, really, if he had played in college, because he has that talent. But I think that this is the 3rd time the charm, and it'll actually work out. He'll be a great point guard, great backcourt, young backcourt with him and RJ Barrett, and yeah.
So you moving RJ to the 2?
He was already the 2.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because they have Peyton. I forgot.
Yeah, and he's not the future.
Irrelevant.
All right.
All
LaMelo's
right.
still on the board. The
Well,
Washington Wizards are on the clock now.
with the 9th pick in the 2020 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select Patrick Williams.
Oh, from Florida State.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted somebody else, but he wouldn't have fit with the team that well. I think they definitely need a power forward up there in Washington. Hopefully, I mean, you don't know if these guys are going to stay together, but if they do, what better to have for them is a power forward that can get them rebounds, and hopefully they can develop that talent up there for him. So yeah, I got Patrick Williams as number 9.
Yeah, well, a lot of teams still calling the Wizards GM, which is you, asking about Bradley Beal and his availability, and they're saying he's not going anywhere. And then you have John Wall coming back, but now starting to hear that he may be up, like he's available to go himself,
Yeah.
and they may trade him to the Houston Rockets for Russell Westbrook. So that's a possibility. What else? So I do like that pick. They do have Hachimura, the Japanese-born player. So those two can probably have him at the 3, and then Patrick Williams at the 4, and Thomas Bryant at the 5. So that's a pretty good pick. They could make the playoffs with that squad. All right, Jeff, you're on the clock with the Phoenix Suns, who just acquired one of the best point guards, and Chris Paul. He's their point guard now with D Book, DeAndre Ayton. Which rookie are you putting on that roster to play alongside those 3?
It's tough.
Well, this draft did not go accordingly to what I thought,
It's your fault.
but it actually what? But this actually worked perfectly. Because for the 10th pick of the NBA draft, the Phoenix Suns will be choosing Melo Ball.
Oh, what the heck? This man.
Melo Ball. Let's go.
That makes no sense.
That makes no sense.
How does
That
it
makes
not make
no-
sense? Please explain to me, how does it not make
So he
sense?
gonna play the 3?
Exactly.
No, he's not.
He gonna play the 5.
No, he's not.
You'll put DeAndre Ayton on the bench.
He gonna
Look,
actually
man.
be
Check
3 at
this
the
out.
4.
This makes
They're
all
the
the
next
sense
Houston
in the world.
Rockets.
This makes all the sense in the world. Because check this out. Because y'all think Melo's going to be starting. No, he's not. He's going to be on the bench.
It takes a lot of pressure off of him.
But is that really what Phoenix needs? Is LaMelo
Yes,
Ball
that's
coming
what
off
they
the bench?
need. That's exactly what they need.
They need a rookie coming off the bench that's not consistent.
How do you know he's not consistent? He hasn't played a game in the NBA yet.
You think he's gonna come in the league off the bench and be consistent?
Coming off the bench,
Bro,
yeah.
he's a
Takes a lot of
rookie.
pressure off
Yeah.
of him. And you get to learn from one of the best
Exactly.
point guards to ever play the game.
Look, see,
One of the
Dylan's
highest
in here.
IQ. You sold
Dylan
me.
is in here.
You sold me. I like it. I'm with it.
Oh, Chris
'Cause
Paul.
how-
Let's go. And
Chris
the
Paul's
team
on
is
his
young.
last leg.
That's true.
Y'all
Exactly.
both need to sell y'all team.
Exactly.
LaMelo's going to be his apprentice.
Exactly.
And if it doesn't work,
the team
you're
is super
fired.
young. Yeah, I promise you, if they pick up LaMelo, if this even happens, I bet you that Devin Booker stays.
What? So you're telling me Devin Booker's going to stay because of a rookie and an aging point guard?
No, because of the rookie, yes, not because of Chris Paul. Look, Chris Paul's on his last legs. He's probably going to have maybe 1-2 years if he's lucky. But LaMelo Ball, the Phoenix Suns is a young team. Aiton. Well, they used to have Kelly Oubre. They should have kept him, but whatever.
Cam
Devin
Johnson.
Booker, Cam Johnson.
Mikal Bridges.
They bring in LaMelo Ball, another young potential star. One that's going to bring attention to Phoenix, which they desperately need. Two, bro, come on. How many games do they get on TV, man?
They're gonna get a lot now because of the bubble play, and then you get Melo.
Exactly.
LaMelo. Yeah.
Exactly.
I love it.
They're going to get more exposure, and then he gets to learn from Chris Paul. So the ceiling's only going up from here, man.
Hey.
Okay.
Chris Paul teach him how to be consistent. So Albert says.
And how to make the playoffs and go anywhere.
How to have a 3-2 lead in the
bro.
playoffs and then pull your hammy and then
And
don't
then
play the
LaMelo
rest of the series.
comes in, takes his sweats off.
Let's go. Take off those warmers.
Drops 30 points.
92 like he did in high school.
What a duo. Let's go.
They won't even need D-Book. Trade them away because they'll have Chris Paul and LaMelo.
Don't do that.
Talking nonsense now.
We don't need D-Book. We cut him. We don't even need anything in return.
Oh man.
All right, Jeff.
No, sir.
Jeff,
Not me.
this draft is full of surprises.
I like it, man.
All right, San Antonio Spurs. This is their first time having a lottery pick since we were born. Greg Pop and those guys, they've been in the playoffs I think they've broken the record for a franchise being in the playoffs for a consecutive amount of years, X amount of years. But now they're in the lottery. They're not used to it. It's foreign to them. But thankfully they have their handy dandy GM, Kiren. Who are you picking with the 11th pick in the 2020 NBA draft?
So I will say that I'm not used to being down here with you guys, but it looks like it happened this year. So with the 11th pick of the draft, we are going to select Sadiq B.
No!
Oh!
Yes, sir.
Another great three-point winger.
Yes, sir. So when you think about the Spurs, you think about IQ and fundamental basketball. So with that being said, B would be the perfect fit for that organization. His skill and versatility, and then his 3-and-D style is going to complement what the Spurs organization is already about, bro. So
I like it.
That's a good pick.
They're laughing at it, though. They're like, you still got to play us. Y'all still trash. That is a good pickup, though. They have some great guards with DeJounte Murray and Derek White, and DeMar DeRozan won't be there for long, so you need a guy at the 3. And LaMarcus Aldridge won't be there for long either. So you need somebody on the wing. So I like it.
Between him and Patrick Williams and Albert
You
pick.
should pick. Oh, dang. Yeah, I picked him up. I was going to pick Sadiq Bey.
So I'm
lost one of my players.
I'm on the clock. Sacramento Kings are on the clock with the 12th pick. So with the 12th pick in the 2020 NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings select R.J. Hampton from New Zealand, international player.
What?
American-born.
Like Americans anymore? Or?
American-born. He's American-born.
Hey.
But
I'm going.
this guy actually was projected to be the number 1 pick when he was in high school. He was one of the best in his draft class. He was like the number 1 prospect. Went overseas and people forgot about him, so his draft stock dropped. But you have R.J. Hampton. Let me pull up his stats. You guys must not know about him. 15.4 points.
He's not even on the top 50.
Yes, he is.
Where?
On the draft board that I've been looking at, and a few of them, he's in that top 15, top 20.
Oh, never mind. I see. I miss him. He was like protect.
Let's go
to the Celtics or Grizzlies.
This man gonna be cooking people. You're gonna be like, welcome to the Hampton Inn. Oh, him and De'Aaron Fox, a great young backcourt in the Western Conference. Yeah, he's gonna play the 2.
RJ.
Yeah. De'Aaron Fox not gonna play the 2. He's the point guard.
Hey man, you're the
He's
one that drafted him. I'm just trying to see, man.
He's the fastest person with the ball. and now they got Dante DiVincenzo too from the Milwaukee Bucks since they did that signing trade with Bogdanovic. So you have some good young swagged out guards on your roster. Let's go.
All right.
Number 13, we're 2 left, and you have the New Orleans Pelicans, who had the number 1 pick in the 2019 NBA draft. Who are you pairing with Zion, Brandon Ingram, if he resigns, and Josh Hart and the rest of those young ballers out in NO?
Whew, this is hard. But the number 13 pick in the 2020 NBA draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Kyra Lewis Jr.
Oh, another guard. Okay, off the board.
Yeah.
Alabama.
See, I was gonna pick a forward, but I'm like, nah. Brandon Ingram's gonna resign, so we're not gonna really need him. I was gonna pick Isaac Okoro to pair with that team, but I think we can benefit with the guard coming off the bench. So
you have a lot of guards now on that depth chart. You have Lonzo, Eric Bledsoe from that trade. Drew Holiday just got traded to Milwaukee Bucks for Eric Bledsoe. And they also shipped George Hill to New Orleans.
Oh, damn.
Now you have this guy and Lewis. That's a lot of point guards.
Yeah,
you obviously see Bledsoe, George Hill, and Lonzo Ball as short-term players on that team, right? Short-term players.
Yeah, I definitely think he could learn something coming off the bench, especially with like the George Hills of the world. So
interesting. How tall is he?
He is 6'3" with a 6'5" wingspan.
Okay, he got decent size to him.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if he was small like Eric Bledsoe, but he's not. Okay. Interesting pick. So, how many assists did he average? Let me see. I'm trying to see if he 5 in college.
5.2.
That's what Zion needs. He needs that guy to throw him some lobs.
Yeah.
All right, this is our Mr. Irrelevant because this is the last pick in the 2020 NBA mock draft. We're only picking the first 14, the lottery picks. And Jeff, you will close us out. You're Danny Ainge, the Boston Celtics. They are on the clock. Who are you picking?
So I have 2 solid players here, and I may need you guys to kind of help me decide. I'm not even gonna lie.
Nope.
But you don't want to help?
This is Final Fantasy.
Because it can go either. It can go either way. It can go either way. But like, I don't know. One may be better than the other. I don't know. But I guess let me go with my original. So the Boston Celtics, with the 14th pick of the 2020 draft, we are picking Jalen Smith.
Excuse me. From Maryland.
So, yeah. So, obviously, Celtics past couple years, they made it to the playoffs, but can't seem to get over that hump. Seems like they're missing something. So, I went to the draft, used my draft equity, try to find me a big man to accommodate the young guards that we have. Jalen Smith. Oh man, they're gonna have 2 Jalen Smiths. That's crazy. But anyways.
He don't know which one he picked.
Jason Tatum, and then obviously he's not young, but Kemba Walker. But surround these guys with a nice center who can play defense and can shoot the 3 ball. So adds another, scoring option. So that's how we rocking.
You gonna have him playing center instead of power forward?
You're gonna have him playing linebacker because he picked Jalen Smith from the Cowboys.
I mean, he can play either or.
I'll play the 4, so Tatum can move to the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, either way, he's going to be 4 or 5, one of the two. But the other player I was thinking about was Precious Chiwa.
That'd be a good pick, too.
But he seemed more like a defensive pick, which, it can work as well. But it seemed like Jalen was a better pick just because he had that 3 ball. So I feel like he'll accommodate to the Celtics better.
Yeah, and that's the way they play. All right. I also heard some rumors about the Celtics probably trying to trade for James Harden too, the beard.
No way. What? What?
There's no way.
No way.
It's getting out of hand. All these rumors. It's getting out of hand.
This is
they better be trading Jason Tatum too. Say him to Houston.
Oh,
if I'm the Rockets, yeah, but if I'm the Celtics, I'm like, I'm manning that call as quickly as possible. That's blasphemous.
Bro, James Harden going to the Celtics, that's going to stunt everyone's growth.
Everybody.
Yeah. On the rise,
even the city of Boston. Recession.
Oh, no.
That's episode 19. A great one. I really like that mock draft. That was a little scary because it was like, who's gonna fall off the board, and we'll have to go into my
waiting.
we'll have to go into my plan B, plan C, plan D.
For real.
Bro, I wanted an OP with the Hawks, bro. I
wanted an OB too.
He's a great.
Me too.
He's a great player. Great player. Even though he's like 3 years older than everybody, but still great.
I mean, sometimes it takes a little while to, be NBA ready.
Yeah, but the last player I remember that was that old was D Wade. His draft, his career was a lot shorter than his peers.
How was Kyle Kuzma?
Huh?
Wasn't Kyle Kuzma pretty old too?
I think he was like 20, 21, yeah. I think he played like three years in college. D Wade though, out of that short career, we could say it's shorter than LeBron, but really, out of that 03 class, the last man standing was D Wade and LeBron, and now Melo's back. But D Wade was one of the last men standing, and he won a championship 5 years before LeBron did, and Chris Bosh, who was also in that draft class.
That's crazy to think, man.
I know. And the only reason why Obi Toppin had to play 2 years and he was a little bit older is because he only got one scholarship offer.
Hey.
A D1 scholarship offer, and that was Dayton. And now a lot of colleges are like, we could have had him kicking themselves in the butt right now. Before my brothers and I let you go, we need you to do 3 things.
Only 3.
If you haven't already. If you have, this isn't for you. But
when you go show that 4, I threw up.
This man, bro, man.
Okay, Tom Brady.
You couldn't even get it out. Is it 4 down? Oh, what?
Viewership. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Pod Ties. Smash the like button. Give us a thumbs up. And lastly, that notification bell. We need you to destroy it. And for the people that have already done those 3 things, you can do these 2 things. You can share with friends, family, strangers. It doesn't matter. We just want them to join the ties. And comment. Please comment. Let us know what topics you would like for us to discuss in the future. We would do our best when it comes to research and talking about it on whatever episode it's on, future episode. And for our listeners, because you don't have to just watch our podcast. You can watch and listen. I know, right?
Thanks.
It's crazy.
Multitask.
Greatest podcast ever. You can listen to our episodes when they drop on pretty much any streaming service out there. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. So
We're taking over.
And one streaming at a time.
so make sure to check it out and rate our podcast. Let us know what you thought about it. Do you have something today?
Nah, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna take a break and come back with a special one for episode 20.
Oh dang, they're about to riot outside. Oh my god. It's about to be chaos, anarchy.
While they're riding, I'll be celebrating. Yeah.
All right, postures. With that said, we are Pod Ties. We will see you soon, very soon. Peace.